You got every little problem that you may have, whatever vice you have. You got a women problem right now, get $100 million and see that problem. That problem gonna show up loud and clear. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people getting in trouble right now, bro. And we may laugh at it, but we don't even see the signs. The whole time though, but that's a problem. That's a problem. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. I ain't gonna give you no other name. But it's guys that's in the league getting in trouble with women. They got fetish with women. They doing little stuff. Because when you got all that type of money, dog, like, bro, that stuff shows up because now it's at your leisure. Now you can get any woman you want. You can pick and choose. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't all peaches and cream because, like, as men, I truly feel like as men, bro, we need to sit down and we need to talk more about, like, on some real time porn, right? And it's going to a whole nother level because, but what porn does to your brain, it desensitizes your brain. And so you may think like, hey man, she look good or whatever. No, you looking at her as an object, not as a human being. You see what I'm saying? But I see that shit all the time from my team. My teammates talk about stuff like from other players and all these other stuff, bro. That's real, dog. So like, just because you got all this blessing, all this money and all this shit, like that shit, bro, everything ain't peaches and cream. Because whatever problem that you may have deep down inside that you're not telling nobody about, get some bread, get some money, get whatever you desire. I promise you, that shit gonna show up, and you're not gonna be able to hide it, because you can't, like, because when you get that bread though, who you are really comes out. I'm just gonna shoot you straight. So you got to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do and who you're supposed to be before you even get to that level. That's why you see these guys are getting in trouble doing this stuff. Like, but there ain't no accident, dog. Like, now if it's wrongfully accused, then that's different. So, but that's real though. So everything ain't peaches and cream.
Bro, it's always been said, bro, that money only brings out whatever's in you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Money doesn't change you. It doesn't make you a better person. None of that shit, bro. If you're a piece of ish that's been hiding under the closet, when money comes in, that piece of ish is going to be on top of the closet, man. Shit, probably going to be on top of the rooftop so everybody can see it. That's what money does. Now, on the other issue, bro, I was talking about, you know what I'm saying, with the, you know, the PØRN thing, you know what I'm saying? That's a real issue, bro, in the sense of, see me, I'm big on desensitizing stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? People are too sensitive to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they see a little nip, see a little bun cheeks. I've always been big on desensitizing stuff, but porn, you know what I'm saying? It's not about desensitizing. That just, it rewires the way people think about stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because desensitizing is people just, you know, walking around, like you go to a nudist park or whatever it is, that's desensitizing. Now, what you see in porn, you know, these are all realistic things that they be doing. Like, oh, you know, some shit that you just be like, you know, it just makes you, it's not about, you know, just the look of stuff now. It's about the action, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree and, you know, understand that fact, you know what I mean? For me, as I said, I'm big on desensitizing stuff, you know what I'm saying? I think about Garden of Eden, bro, you know what I'm saying? How things were back then, you know what I'm saying? Before there was too many clothes, people weren't just jumping on everything. At least I would hope people weren't just jumping on everything. People were seeing nips and, you know, blunt cheeks and, you know, on the daily. So nobody was just, now because of how much it's so covered up, you know what I mean? I feel like people are, you know, too sensitive to stuff. They see a little, you know what I mean? But then again, it could be more because of the PØRN jump, because mentally in the image is like, you know, PØRN making you think, oh, this is about to, you know what I'm saying? If I'm seeing a little this, that means it's going to go this way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that it's a difference from desensitizing when it comes to, you know what I mean? And there's a difference from rewiring the brain or brainwashing, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of just making things that all things is just bang, 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 you know what I'm saying? But for sure though, you know what I'm saying? I think that PØRN issue, you know, is something that, you know, a lot of young men, especially, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we all, you know, I won't say we all, but I've also gone through my phase. I won't say I was addicted, but I've gone through my phase of, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? But, so I said I wasn't addicted, so I could let that shit go pretty quickly, you know what I'm saying? Because we get it. These ladies be wanting niggas to jump through hoops and pay all the extra shit. Some guys ain't just trying to pay it. Most guys ain't trying to pay it. So they rather go get their satisfaction from, you know what I'm saying, the digital way. But the problem with that is it rewires the brain for the most part, especially for the younger individuals, you know what I'm saying, that when they get into all that stuff, you know what I mean? And of course, if you got access to bread, which, you know, there's a lot of things you're not doing right now because you ain't got the bread for it. When you got the bread for it, you know what I'm saying? You know how it be, bro, especially as a man, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'll get that money, bro. All the bitches gonna love me. All the this gonna, that might not, it's, money don't mean shit, bro. Like, real talk, bro. If you a player before the bread, when that bread comes, it's only gonna heighten that shit. But if you're not a player, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be a nerd with the bread. Or not necessarily saying a nerd, but you're gonna be a lamer with the bread. It don't really, you know what I'm saying? So, but I get what they're saying, though, you know what I'm saying? It definitely is an issue, man, you know what I mean? But, yeah. And we definitely should work more on our, you know, work more on our mental, you know what I'm saying, as men, you know what I'm saying, even ladies too, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I definitely agree with, bro, you know what I'm saying. But y'all can let me know what y'all think. Y'all agree, disagree, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, man. Positive vibes all the time, you feel me? Yeah.